Hey guys, I'm gonna attempt to show you guys how to change an ABS module on a 2010 Elantra Touring Hatchback. I have searched YouTube and there's not a lot on YouTube that I could find about how to do this, so I'm just gonna go through it with trial and error so that you guys can see what to do and maybe what not to do. So I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna tackle it. I thought I'd video it since I didn't really see a lot. I saw one video about this particular model and make, and there's a lot on other things like Chevrolets and Fords and stuff, but I didn't see anything on Hyundai's, if I said that right. But anyway, it's a hatchback, and I'm gonna go through this with you guys, and you learn from my mistakes, what not to do, and maybe what is good to do. So this is the vehicle. Like I say, it's a hatchback. Hyundai Elantra Touring GS or GLS or something like that. And let me show you where this thing's at. What I'm gonna have to do. So it's way down there. Here's the brake reservoir for the brake fluid, and I'm gonna have to tear all this stuff out. I'm going to go ahead, and I've got it already put up on jack stand for safety. Got my wheels chocked, you can see that. And I put it on jack stands. Make sure you do that for safety. I don't ever trust the jack. That's what people always say. Before I get started on tearing this thing apart, I just wanted to show you guys the problem that my stepdaughter has been having with this vehicle. And it just was all of a sudden. Excuse the video quality, but this is what it's doing. I'm gonna turn the key on. I'm not gonna crank it. All right. I don't know if you can hear this, but the ABS module or the pump is continuously running, and it's very noisy, especially when you're driving it. And I drove it to the house when it first started doing it, and when you push the brakes, it gets loud and it just doesn't work good. So I'm going to turn that off. And what I did, I'm going to show you what I did so that she could at least drive it until I got the part in. This fuse right here. If you need to drive it, just go ahead and pull that. It's got the little clip thing. I can get it out of the top. Sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull it back out. Just clip it on there like that. Well, it came out easier the first time. We'll get it. I think I had it out. Okay. Well, hard to do with a phone. Okay, I'm gonna try it with a screwdriver. See if I can just pry it right on out of there. Yeah, it's coming. So if you can't get it with the tool that's provided, you can get it with the screwdriver. And I'm just gonna put this over here to the side for now in the cap, and I'm gonna set it up on top of the car out of the way so I don't lose it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take this tire off. That'll be my first step after jacking it up and everything. I've already broke the bolts loose, so I'm just gonna take it off. Just in case I need to get some access from underneath. like I say, there's one video I saw, and I'll link to it so you guys can go watch it too. But the video I watched that I did find on YouTube about this vehicle, he had to get it out through the bottom, and so I'm not sure about that. I'm gonna see myself, but I'm gonna go ahead and take this tire off and just go ahead and stick it up under there just to be safe. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is go ahead, disconnect the batteries, cables. I'm gonna take them both out because I'm gonna go ahead and pull the battery out, because that's what the guy did in the other video. He said it gives a little bit better access to this module. And so I'm just going to do that just to kind of get it out of the way, and you may or may not have to do it, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so it's going to be a number 10 socket, at least on this vehicle here, to be able to take these cables off. So I'm going to go ahead and, well, that one's kind of loose already. I love these handy dandy electric tools. If you don't have one, I've just found a cheap one on Amazon or eBay. Get you one. They will save you so much time, and once you use them, you will always love them. So just so wonderful to have them. What we got here? Tell you what, if you got glasses like me, it's hard to see up close. Alrighty, there we go. Got that one out. Now that looks like, what, about a 12 maybe? To get the actual yep. So number 12 socket, I need a longer extension. Let's go ahead and add that to it. So number 12 socket to get the part off that holds the battery on. See what I mean? I don't have to go ratcheting and all that with this. Love it. I absolutely love it. So make sure you save that. Take all this off. That's just some kind of insulation. Kind of neat. Never seen that on one before. Take the little plate off that holds the battery on. So interesting. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put the screw back in here so I don't lose it. And I'll set this off to the side. Okay. Slide the battery out, pull it out, and now we've got that done. Set it off over here to the side. Now we have that done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take off the air breather. Got these little clips on it. As you can see, you can take that off. And go ahead, it's got a clamp on it, which I had already taken off the other day when I pulled all this off to look, and I forgot to clamp that clamp back on. So try to get it up over here out of the way. And I'm going to take that off with this is a Phillips head, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Looks like you could use a socket too, not sure what size, but I'm going to go ahead and use the screwdriver to take this clamp off. I don't know if you can see it, but it's pretty simple to take this off. I'm going to have to get a new one of these because I noticed the other day that this is broke and probably leaking air. So where the clamp goes on this one, so I'll be getting another one of those. Set it off to the side. Screwdriver. Y'all don't let me forget my glasses up here because I do need them. Don't want to drive off and not need it. So there's your air filter, and boy is it dirty down inside there. So let me show you this. Okay, if you look down right here, looks like you just got to take that screw out. Looks like a number 10 millimeter socket. So I'm gonna go ahead and anything back here. I don't think so. Looks like this is mounted on, what do they call those? I'm not, like I said, I'm not a professional mechanic, so it's like a screw here and a screw here. Let the control module for the vehicle, or what I always call the computer system. I don't know. You guys can tell me, but I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. Looks like there's supposed to be a screw on this one here, possibly. I'm not sure. And looks like it is no longer there. So, but it may be one on yours, so it may be supposed to be held on by 2 screws. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these off and separate it and pull this out of here. Okay guys, I thought I was recording as I took the screws out, but you probably didn't want to see it. But like I say, there's 2 screws up on the top here. There's 2 at the bottom. And what I had to do is I went ahead and took this screw out. I just wanted to show you guys. It's not hard to do. If you're mechanically minded, you can do it. So take that screw out, and what I had to do to get to this bottom corner back here is go ahead and lift this up and out. I don't want to lose my screws up top. Lift it up and out. We'll go ahead and take this off. Let's see, how does it come off? It looks like maybe a clip, but I ain't gonna worry about it. I don't need it off. And I was able to kind of move this. It kind of sets down like a little, I'll show it to you, and you have to pull it up out of a thing, and I was able to kind of get my screw socket wrench down in there and get that one screw out down at the very bottom. So go ahead and pull it out, pull this off to the side. That's what I was talking about. Pull this up out of the way, and now we may have access to the ABS pump. Well, I had to end up redoing this whole thing, taking it back apart, because the ABS module that we got off at eBay did not fit. So I went down to the pull apart and found one. So anyway, in taking it back apart, I just wanted to show you guys what I did that was a little easier. Instead of taking these screws off of this, I just unplugged it. So I'm going to put it back in there, and then all you do is plug these plugs back in it. Real simple. Got the levers that pull up, and it'll just unplug out of there. Very simple. You don't have to unscrew those. See, this is what that guy had problems getting the pump out, or this module out with. But this is it right here. And there's your brake lines on the top here. I don't know how well you can see that. And so we got to get that out. Them 2 brake lines, and there's 2, I do believe, on the bottom. Let's get down. Okay guys, as you can see, get it focused, I have put jack stands under here, and I'm not supporting it with the jack because I don't trust those hydraulic jacks. So this is the bottom of the, I think, let me see, bottom of it. I thought there was some, maybe it's on the side, but I'm not sure. May be able to get the module out through here, but at least if I have to get my hands up, I may be able to do that. They are right there. I am so sorry. Right here, these two. So I'm looking to see how this thing's supposed to mount. Looks like there may be a mounting screw here onto the frame, if you can see that. So I'm gonna try to take that off. Kind of concerned because I bought a used one off of eBay to replace it with, because these babies aren't cheap. And looks like you got one here. This is from underneath, and then one back here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to take those off and see if that allows me to pull it back. So first off, let's go ahead and take the, before I get those bracket screws off, I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I can show you. There's the wire harness where it plugs in. There's a tab right here. Looks like you just pull it. Be careful, don't break it. And as you pull it up, it pulls it out. So you just pull it all the way up, you can see. And then it should unplug. Look at there, just like that. Guys, I think what I'm gonna do before I try to break it loose from the brackets that hold it, I'm gonna go ahead and take these brake lines off and see what we got there. One there, and then 4 up top here. So let me go ahead and get that done. It's gonna be a number 11 wrench to get these brake lines off. Might need it on there. Might need a shorter one. Bolt loose. Working on the first one. We got that one. Bolt loose. Screw it out there. Hey guys, what it looks like it might be leaking. I knew it had a leak on it for the brake fluid, but looks like it may actually be leaking from the ABS module itself. And that may be why it's continuously running, because it's trying to build up pressure. I don't know. Like I say, couldn't find a lot of information about these things. And by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and take these screws before I lose them here and put that back in there. And then these 4 screws here I took out of the filter, the air filter part that goes on here. So I'm gonna just screw these back in here for safety. That one broke loose, I think. No, I didn't. Go ahead and get that one broke loose. Yeah, good. Loose a little more so I can do it with my finger. So far it's been pretty easy. So I can get that one off. You need to kind of pay attention to where each one of these go, because I have to go back in the right order. So I want to get them out of order, because then you're going to have problems, from my understanding. the stuff I did find. So if you need to mark them, go ahead and mark them. So I'm gonna try to remember it myself. What I like to do is take pictures of it on my cell phone. I can get it down in there and then I can look at it, you know. And then I tell you I love technology. So, you get it. Alrighty, I think I got them. Kind of a little awkward to get down to it, so you might have to continue to take it out with your wrench, which could take a little time. On these other ones, the first one, it was easier to access. I was able to just get my hand down there, but because I don't want to bend the brake line, kink it, or anything like that, it's kind of in the way a little bit. And I'm not left-handed, but it does work for me, and I'm thankful to still have all my members of my body. I know a lot of people aren't blessed in that way, but I thank the Lord that I still have mine, and I have been blessed so much throughout my life. So, still getting on that second line, working on it, and I have it broke loose. Praise the Lord. Now, these last two up top look to be fun, so I may have to slowly, if I could get them, slowly work them with the wrench. Just get it out of the way. I guess I bent it just a little bit to get those lines out of the way, so I don't think it'll hurt it. I just have to try to bend them back to get it lined up enough to easily screw these things in. Okay, so I get my hand on that one. And it's not just the other brake lines that make it difficult to get to. It's also the way they have it routed. The one I'm trying to take off the top, it routes up to the top on the way, and I can't get my hand to it. But the wrench is slowly getting easier to get these ones on the side off and move them up out of the way. And looks like they're probably going to be a number 12 wrench. Which I don't have one in this toolkit. Just a 13. See if that's it. I got a 12 laying around somewhere, if that's what I need. And I do. Hey guys, this top one on the side that I showed you earlier there, looks like it's going to be a number 12. And to take it off, pushing down, break it loose. We got to get this for the number 12, these brake lines that are on the side. So I just got to get it loose enough to get them, and maybe I can access them other two brake lines that are up on the top that I'm trying to get off better. don't know if I can move it. Like I say, I'm not going to try to bend these things too bad. I don't want to kink it. I've had issues with these tubes before doing that, so you want to be very careful about all that. And let's see, is that going to start leaking the fluid out? I've never done this. I don't know if I mentioned it before. My first time, trial and error. I know I did tell you that I couldn't find hardly any videos on YouTube to be able to do it on this particular vehicle, and I especially couldn't find anything on there about the symptom of it, what it was doing. I did find a general for somebody said that most all models, if it has a leak somewhere in the brake line, it may continuously run. Or that might have been for Hyundai's period. I don't know. I know it works with the ABS and the brake system. Well, that one, it turns easy with the wrench, but not with my fingers. So I'm gonna have to turn it slowly. So I probably could have had the top one off by now if I'd have continued doing it this way too. Sometimes I get a little impatient, too much in a hurry, because I just want to get it done. And it's just to see if it's gonna work when I put the other one back on. Because I don't know. I've read things that you have to reprogram the actual module itself, and it has to be programmed to the VIN number of the vehicle. I'm not sure about that. And then I've read other people that say that they didn't have to do that. Just make sure you get it off at the same year and model. And, you know, you can't believe everything you... Alright, we got that one. And that one's a little rubbery. So, turn it by the way, maybe I can back now. Go ahead and if I can get that other one off. Okay, got it broke loose. So far, I just want to give glory to God Almighty and Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, for allowing it to go smoothly so far. I've prayed about this a lot. I've worked on my vehicles a lot all my life. Got that from my dad, because he always did that. And of course, that was back in the day when things were much easier. Technology was simple for vehicles. And so now I'm very thankful for YouTube, because whereas he used to have to read books and things like that, I can actually watch videos, things he didn't have access to back in his day. So, but I just learned that from him. Instead of taking it to a mechanic shop, I became a do-it-yourselfer, and that's what I like to do. Only I get aggravated. And guys, I apologize if the camera's been kind of shaky or anything. Yeah, look at there. I don't know. I'm gonna waste all my fluid. I got to get something. Let me put that back in there real quick and get something to how to drain it. All right, I was able to get a glass here. Hopefully I can get it down in here and let it drain in there. Now I gotta unscrew it again, don't I? And hopefully catch it. There we go. So apparently my fluid's draining completely out, so make a note of that. Go ahead and have you something ready to catch it. Go ahead and take the lid off, let it go a little faster so I can get back down to it. Uh-oh. Now that one we're gonna hold. I can get that one in. Oh man. There we go. Got them both going in. Make sure you put both lines in there because it will drain out. And see if I can reach this better. The back line I was trying to get to. No, that didn't really help me much, but at least I know I have that done. So this is going to be the number 11 for the ones on the top, at least on this particular vehicle. Yours may be different. I don't know if they make them all the same. So far, I've used number 10 socket on most everything. I use the number 12 to get the main bolt that holds the battery in. Socket, number 12 socket, number 11 wrench for the brake lines, and a number 12 wrench for the brake lines, the main ones that go from your reservoir down to the ABS module. Okay. That is just one awkward one to get to, guys. And it wants to be the tight one. So, my apologies it's taking so long on it. Like I say, the reason I haven't went ahead and taken it loose because I didn't know how much force I was going to have to use to break these brake lines loose. And I wanted to make sure that the module itself is still attached so that I could have that leverage. You know what I mean? If you've ever tried to break something loose and you thought to yourself, man, I should have left that attached. Then I try to learn from my mistakes, but most of the time something like that I will forget. But this time I remembered. So I'm almost there. I'm right there. Just don't want to turn with my fingers. Can't get a hold of it good enough to go ahead and screw it out. So right there. Right there. But yet when I put my hand down on it, it's tight. It's tight for me to turn it with my fingers. Praise the Lord. I hope the back one I can get a little easier, but we'll find out in a minute. Man, wonder have they ever come up with an electric wrench. Look at there. And turn it down. And now I'll bend that up a little bit and out of the way. Like I say, I don't want to bend them too much. Now, see if I can break this one loose. Yes. There we go. Last one. And then we'll get down and unscrew the nuts that hold it onto the bracket. The video I watched of the guy he just took it, the bracket and everything off with it, and that's why he couldn't get it up to the top. So he said in his video that if you go ahead and take the bracket loose from the bracket, maybe leave the bracket attached, you might be able to get it up out easier. So that's what I'm gonna try, and I'll see if that's a lesson I learned from watching this video. Like I say, he was the only one that I could find. Alright guys, this is a number 12 socket for this one. If I can get it broke loose. So probably gonna have to use a breaker bar. And my wrench isn't strong enough. Alright guys, I'm gonna try to break it loose for this wrench. I didn't have enough room. Alright, if I can get enough leverage here, pull up on it to loosen it. There you go. Broke loose. Now I can use my wrench. Take that bolt out, and now let's go underneath, and I'll show you where the other bolt's at. And I'm gonna have to use my wrench for it because I'm not gonna be able to get my ratchet wrench up in there, and I'll show you why. Going up underneath, here's the ABS module, and I don't know if I can get you to see it, but where's that at? It is up in I think, no, I can get the wrench up in here. Where I got that, let's see if I can focus it. Yeah. There's a bolt up in there. I can't get a. Alright guys, I know it's blurry, I can't get it any clearer than this, and let's don't drop it on my head. But I'm underneath here trying to get it. I had to use a number 12. You actually need, if you got a long number 12 wrench, it would be better, but I only have a short one. So you just have to try to get it the best you can. Alright guys, I'm going to get my fingers up in there and kind of twist it with the wrench. So far this has been the worst part of it. Alright, there we go. Moving. Cut it out. Alright guys, I got that broke loose. Now let's see if I can get the bracket off. And maybe if I can get that bracket off, and come right up through there. Okay guys, I got this out. I don't know if you can see it, but I actually could have probably gotten it out of the clamp without pulling the clamp out of it, because if you look here, the way it was sitting was, let's see, I think it was in there. Oh, let me figure this out. Anyway, see how these slots are? So it just slid right out. And these little rubber pieces slide into it. and they go on the studs. And so it would slide in, and this little nipple would actually go inside that hole. And so I probably could have just put a screwdriver in there or something and pried it up. Yeah, I think it sat in there like this, facing the engine compartment. And so I probably could have just pried it up and out without taking the bracket off. And so let me show you what I did to get this and the bracket out. Okay guys, what I did is, remember this wiring harness, and I couldn't pull it up out of there. So what I did is, there was a screw here and one right over here, and I just took them out, and that way I could kind of push it out and squeeze it through this hole here. Alright guys, this is the one I'm putting in. It's a used part. It sure don't look near as good as the one I pulled out, but hopefully it's gonna work. If not, I'll just do it again. But these little pieces went down in the rubber pieces that slide onto the bracket. So I'm gonna put them on just like that. And that stud's kind of broke off, so hopefully I can get it to go on. Squeeze it down enough, because I broke this stud. So just wanted you to see how it went. Okay. I'll leave it a little loose. This one's kind of bent, so I'm going to try to make it work. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and slide it on to the bracket. Goes on there. Like I say, that little nipple will slide into this rubber piece. And these will slide on there like that. So let's see if I can muscle it on there. May have to loosen it back up. Get it started. Let's see. That one's on there. Get that one on is the problem with the short stud. Where you got it, is it too tight? Let's see if I can just mash it. It's got to be a little nipple. Tell you what. Put that one on first, if I can. And I'll loosen a little bit. Anyway, you see what I'm talking about here. I hope I can get the nut on there. I don't know if it's gonna work. Stud looks to be broke. Yeah, I can tighten that, but you see what I mean? It's squeezed on the bracket, and then you've got to squeeze this part in as well, and it slides on in. And like I say, these little pieces right here go onto the stud. Somehow I'm going to have to try to squeeze that down tight enough to get that nut on there, and then I can tighten. So let me see what I can do, and then I'll show you how I get it in. I got it on there as tight as I'm willing to go with it. See the nipples in there, got that screwed down. I was able to get enough nut, but I'm not happy with it. But that's all I have now. I may end up having to replace this thing anyway. So let me now show you how I got it in there past that wiring harness. So like I said, I took screw out over here, and one up on the side, but this wiring harness will move now. And so I'm gonna go ahead and try to stick it in the way it mounts. See how much easier ago I can push that out of the way, get it down in there, and I took it out the opposite way. So I'm gonna see if I can't get this mounted back, and then I'm gonna put it back together, and let's see what happens when we try to crank it. I gotta go get that bolt back out. Well, let me see if I can reach it. There we go. I'm gonna go underneath and see, can I put this screw here, this bolt in there, and I'm gonna keep recording, so I don't know how much you'll be able to see down in there, but I will be up underneath it trying to wiggle it around in the right place. Really can't see anything down here. I'm not sure what that top will go to. That goes on there, and get it off of them. This one, yeah. Well, there we go. So somehow it holds it. Let's see if I can screw this. Get this wiring harness before I mess it up. Try that again. On top. Put the screw in. I hope you guys can hear me. My microphone. Alright, I got that one started. Like I say, I'm gonna have to do it as much as I can with my finger, and then get the. I was able to kind of. No, I wasn't. My wrench. I'll go ahead. Number 12 millimeter, like I said. I'm gonna see if I can tighten them a little bit. Remember how I did this. Yeah, I just put, used a little bit of leverage on and off. Maybe I can, like I say, it's doable. It's just slow with these brackets. Like that, it may be easier just to go ahead and do the brackets. It's a little extra step for you, but I don't know how hard. It seemed like it would probably be hard to mash it back in the little rubber bushing things, if that's what they're called. So I can screw in, and I can screw a little bit. But that's up to you. If it was me, I would go ahead and take the bracket off again and just loosen that wiring harness up, because that made it pretty easy to be able to pull it out. So let's go ahead and get it kind of snug, but leave it loose enough to where I can get the other bolt up from the top, so I can still move. And we're getting it done. So let's see, there's a hole that's supposed to snap in and hold it, that top part of the bracket. Now we got the other bolt, and it goes right down here. Well, I think that was number 12 socket is what I used on those. Number 12 socket on the bracket bolts. So I'm just going to snug it and go back under and finish tightening with the wrench. And that way, you know you got it. too bad though. Not bad at all. I was able to kind of snug it up pretty good. But again, guys, 2010 Hyundai Elantra Touring hatchback model, and either GSL or GLS or something like that. And that's what I'm replacing. Oop. Now, I want to say that's tight enough. Alright guys, my apologies. I went and got a light. I apologize that I didn't do it earlier. But I'm going to go ahead and get this very back brake line in there. I might should have left the wiring harness on it, but I didn't. So I can get it down in there until this one's gonna go right in there. Oh man, but I guess I've bent it, and that's why, another reason why I was not wanting to bend these things out of place, because I wanted them to stay where they would be lined up. But you just gotta do it sometimes. See if I can get it started. Alright, don't cross thread. So those up on the top part, let me make sure it's cross threaded, I hope. That's the number 11 millimeters, what I was going to say on the top. And I may have it cross threaded. You have to be careful with these brake lines. Them things, I've always had problems with them. Getting them threaded in correctly. And so, hopefully I didn't do it too bad. But I do believe I was cross-threaded. It just kind of try to get it. I think I might have it, but again, put the wrench on it and gently twist. See how much resistance. Be very careful how you get it on there. Very careful. And it might still yet be cross-threaded. Hard to tell with these things. I did have that one across threaded again. I saw where I had a piece of metal. Had to take it back out, and I think I have it going now. I don't think I cross threaded it enough, but it is screwing my finger but very hard. So now let me put the wrench back on it again. Like I say, you do not want to cross thread these things. It will cause you major problems. Promise you. Okay, I think I have it. Now it's just a matter of slowly tightening it. I'm gonna bleed this brake. Got Amber up front. All right, Amber, turn the key on. And pump. Ready? Alright, again. Again. Alright, again. again. All right, again. Do it again. One more. All right, you can shut the key off. Put the tire back on. Make sure you guys keep an eye on the level of the fluid. Keep filling it up. Keep it above the minimum line, or you'll have to do it again. All right, guys, I got it all finished up. Brakes bled. Took it out for a test drive, and all the lights went off that was on, indicating that it was a bad ABS sensor. I mean, not sensor, but module. So everything's working good now. And so just to go back on something I was mentioned earlier about not knowing if the actual computer part of the module or the module itself would work from vehicle to vehicle, or if it needed to be reprogrammed. In this case, I got one at the pull apart junkyard that came off of the exact year and model and type of vehicle, and I did not have to have it reprogrammed. Everything plugged it in and it went just like clockwork. It did good. So if that answers your question about that, it answers mine for sure. So it worked great. So you guys have a blessed day, and I hope this video helped you guys.